Okay, let's try again. So I'm gonna redo the recording of my Buster Only run in time 44:19 whatever, 44:19:82, because the previous recording was a bit screwed up, so let's hope for a better success. Well, so right at the beginning of the run there's a bit of swag with grabbing the E-tank, even though it's bitch swag. I don't know. I wanted to be safe on the bosses, so I grabbed here an additional E-tank here. And that's like the fastest one you can get, I think. But because there's nothing too different between this and the any percent route, I'm just gonna talk about the route in general, which basically comes down to there is no route, because you can't use any of the weapons anyway. It really doesn't matter in which order you do the first 8 stages. So yeah, I just went with whatever I felt like and tried to get the worst stages out of the way fast. This boss fight, you can dodge her pattern because it should be completely static every time. I was too lazy to learn, so I take hits. I tried to get 3 hits in between every barrier. In the beginning it was a bit better, but still a decent fight. I kill her before she reaches the right side again, so yeah, it was decent. Yeah. Moving on to Libea stage. This one actually gave me more trouble than it should have, because there are the damage boosts, of course, you do in any percent, you also do here. And it puts you at really low life. Well, this room real quick. If you wait in the beginning for like the electricity to go away, you can just walk through the rest, which lines up pretty nicely. But anyway, these damage boosts, I mess it up somehow because I'm too stupid to jump apparently and take an additional hit. But as you can see, you're at really low health, and if the boss jumps into you, she kills you, and that happened way too often to me. The previous room, if you are quick with sliding on these 1 block wide platforms, you can make it in 1 cycle. I take the health here because I was getting tired of dying to Libea, so wanted to prevent that and take the health, lose some time to go for safer strats, I guess. Libea actually should never be able to attack you, because if you shoot her, you hit her out of her attack animation. But even if she does like her her pink shots, they do like 1 or 2 damage, so they aren't the threat. And even if you don't grab the health Liebessturm, even if 1 goes through, it won't kill you if you don't take any additional damage besides the 3 damage boosts through the stomper thingies. So the really only danger is the boss jumping into you. As ich the stage here, I don't charge to kill the first skull cannon, so I had to hit the bullet, which went well. Then the damage boost through the shield guys are the fastest thing I could come up with. And moving on to the mid-boss here. I guess you could get an additional lemon shot in there, but I'm bad at timing this, so this looks really sloppy, by the way. So I didn't even bother. I'm not fast enough with my fingers, which is sad. So, moving on. These platforms are slippery, which is annoying. I don't fully charge here, so I run into the bed because I don't kill it. But I'm at pretty good health for the boss fight, which is always nice, because if you hit her sprite, she does like 8 damage, which is a lot. If you put a charge shot into mid-air, where she is going to jump, it actually connects, which is nice to save a bit of time. I do it here again. Her pattern is dependent on the distance between you and her. So if you're far away, she should do a jump and you can slide under. But I was too quick, always a bit too soon with my sliding. So I moved into the range where she just walks in your direction. So I got hit a lot, but I don't end up dying, so all's well in the end. It could have been faster, I suppose, but yeah, this isn't really a category that's run. This is more just for, well, it was more just for fun. It didn't end up being too much fun because it was pretty frustrating with all the resets. I wanted to at least get a no-death first 8 bosses, and with well, silly boss fights as Schwer, she often killed me, then de-synched also liked to kill me. The problems I had in Libera stage, there was much going on, and I was a bit hard-pressed on time to submit to TSSB, so yeah. Here, if you do like a charge shot, slide, do 2 lemon shots, and slide and jump again, you can make you can kill the skull cannon and make it first cycle. That's nice. You have to be kind of quick, I suppose. It took me a while to get it. It's not too hard. I'm just bad. And here, you have to ride the slow-moving platforms, which are really slow. Makes me glad there is a skip for this in any percent. You can speed up that last part if you jump as early as possible. Well, without landing into the hole, of course. But nothing else you can do there. The Luster fight went... what to say? Her AI is said that if you get close to her, she will jump to the opposite side of the room. And you can use that to get her into a loop. This is also used in the Crawler runs. Makes the fight infinitely easier, because if you try to dodge her normal pattern, it's a mess. She can do like a high jump or a lower jump, so you have to adjust your shots for that. Then there's aimed bullets and static bullets, and then she can do like a 8-way shot if you're like standing on the ground the same time she is, and it's really stupid to dodge actually. I had my trouble with that, so I'm glad that the looping strategy works so well. Yeah, Crawler stage is also not too different from what's done in any percent. I take a damage boost here to be able to jump through the yellow, not yellow, what do I have with yellow today? The blue shots the skull guy fired, which would otherwise knock me into the hole, and I think it's faster to just damage boost through it and to kill the snake tank and the skull guy, and yeah, This mid-boss can also be done faster simply by better mashing, which I'm bad at, so it takes me a while. Nothing too difficult actually. Here you could take a damage boost as well, but as you can see the platforms fall down after you step on them, and I'd rather get past that safely than to get knocked into the hole by the hit stun. So I just shoot the snake spawner. Yeah, but there's really not too much difference. Instead of using Freudenstachel to kill everything in your way, you just have to use your charge shots or just mash a bit. And the boss fight is also exactly the same because you bastard her in any percent as well. Fun fact, if you kill Sichte before this, before you do the Groller fight, she has a different introductory quote. Yeah, really amazing stuff. The fight against Groller was also a bit sloppy. I got hit a bunch. Don't do a fully charged shot here, but she gave me an okay pattern, I would say. The problem with doing like the RNG dependent bosses, which are Freudia and Groller late in the run, is that you have to kind of put up with what they do to you. But I guess you could adjust your route to it because, well, as I said, the route doesn't matter. And so you can just start with whoever gives you the most trouble, or yeah. Here in the beginning of the stage, I pick up the life because I am a little bitch. And if I got a death like really close to a checkpoint, I wouldn't be too sad about it. I mean, deaths were kind of expected, to be honest. I don't jump here, which loses me some time as I get hit. Really silly mistake. But yeah, I would take like deaths that don't waste too much time. So I picked up the life to die more often. This mid-boss, I don't even know what to do with him. You can go for like charge shots or shots in general for the core directly, but I found that that I hit the other heads more often than the core, so I just ended up killing one head and then going right up against the core and just mash it out. I pick up the health also on the way because I like to be at full health against this boss for the strategy I use against her, because Traware's desperation mode is actually really hard to dodge. Read that as I have no clue how to dodge her desperation mode. For the first part you can just do like a hop and then a larger hop over her second wave of Klageharnisch and the boss herself, but in desperation mode she has like these after images, and because the boss sprite does more damage than the Klageharnisch, I just run into the second wave of her little twister thingies to damage boost through the boss. It works pretty well actually, and it's at least a consistent strategy I found, so I use that even though it could be faster. So on the stage here is pretty boring. There's not much going on, you just slide through it and kill an enemy here and there. So I have to think about something to talk about. I don't know if you have to kill that second bomb robot, Son robot. I just do it because why not? it's in my way, so let's kill it. Yeah, but this last part, you can't fly over it, so you have to slide. Which means dodge 2 guys and kill 2 other guys. As I said, really not much going on. One of the easiest stages, even in Buster only. And fitting to the stage, the boss is really easy as well. Another fun fact, Zona has also a different quote, a different line if you kill Trauare before her, and vice versa. Doesn't make the fight any harder. Yeah, I get hit on the very last shot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And the last of the 8 bosses is Freudia. The worst thing about this is that if she oh my god, this is really bad snow sliding. Please look away during this stage, because it will happen in the end as well. Yeah, but major drawback with doing Freudia last is that if she gives you a bad pattern, you either have to deal with it or fight, reset and do all the stuff again, which is like, what, 16 minutes? Can be maybe faster, I don't know. Well, it can be a bit faster. Well, got the swag jump here, but I do some really bad slidings. I don't even make it before the second laser reaches the door. Yeah, but overall this was kind of sloppy, so you can save time on this first 8 stages already. Not that I care too much, I'm happy enough to get through without dying. And what's even better is that Freudia ends up giving me the best pattern, and even better, I mess it up with not fully charging my last shot, so she gives me a snowflake in the end. Sad, 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 but yeah. Whatever. She gave me the best pattern, and everything else I just ignore. Now is where the run begins to deteriorate. Like, the first 8 stages were decent, but from now on it only gets worse because I've honestly not practiced this too much. This very first room you can't do without using item 1, so I have to use it there. But this room you can do, and I don't really know what to do about these crosses. If you try to jump immediately, they hit you and it's annoying. Here is the biggest mistake so far, because I had like a charge shot stored. I was confused a bit for whatever reason and climbed the ladder too high, and then it messed up the spacing of my items or something like that. Maybe I'm really just bad at video games, I don't know, but I end up falling down. Here if you're quick you can shoot the little spider guy immediately. You have to kill him or you can't climb the ladder. But yeah. Nice thing about Crosswall here is that it's a really easy boss with Buster only actually. For the first phase you can do like this circular motion I do here, and I somehow don't trigger the green ball so I get hit. That's what I get for saying this is an easy fight. But here I start messing up by not fully charging my shots, and the crosses eat them up, like the little crosses, and yeah, then I miss another shot, so there's time to save. But during desperation mode, I just stand there and face tank it. The crossbow starts spawning more crosses, more little crosses, and I'm more afraid of getting hit like in midair and being knocked into the pit, so I just face tank it. You really don't need to get hit in this stage, well, in the last stage. And there's a health pickup on the way I take, so you should enter with full health. I used to pick up the E-tank I just passed, but because I grabbed the one in Schwer stage at the beginning, I don't. So I have 3 E-tanks in reserve, which is nice. You can't get E-tanks in 3 of the 4 Zeppelin stages, so having a reserve is pretty nice. Here another room you can't do without item 2, Silberflügel 2. Would be pretty silly if someone actually figured out a way to like lure the crosses or something to like damage boost across the spikes, but I didn't pay attention again to if you could actually reach the ladder at the end, so maybe it's not even possible. This fight is also static, and I mess it up pretty badly. I take so many hits. Up until now I shouldn't have taken any hit, and then I end up leading the big cluster off screen, which is even worse. So that's a really bad fight. Should have gone much better. But as I said, you should expect that it's only getting worse from now on, and you should stop watching, to be honest. It gets pretty embarrassing. Yeah. In this stage, you can't fly over this room, which sucks because this room is stupid. These jumps I find really scary. That's not one of them. I don't know what happened. I just didn't jump far enough, and I landed on the bottom layer, and the guy almost knocked me into the pit. It didn't happen. I panicked, as you could see. Didn't really know how to react to that, so I just climbed the ladder back up and got hit a bunch more. Here I could have slid under the ball, the skull cannon shot, and then release the charge to kill all of them and slide on, but I don't do that for whatever reason. But this stage, Deathless, is nice, because I did jumps in the first long room. I was stupid. Just as stupid as the first part of this fight. The pattern of the big scythe? Do you say it like that? Whatever. Is static, but the little ones spawning are random, so you have to deal with that. And I miss a bunch of shots. And here he ends up. This guy is really loud again. I'm just gonna wait. Right, this guy ended up giving me a spin right at the beginning, which loses a lot of time because he's invulnerable during the spin, and then you have to kind of bother dodging the sword, so you can't really hit him that much, and I just end up looping him after that because I didn't want him to spin again. I guess you could pray for a bit of luck to hit him with fully charged shots all the time, but I just shoot lemons. It looks pretty funny, so whatever. Yeah, in this stage you can take the bottom path without item usage, which we didn't know in the race we did, so we took top path with item, so the race was not legit, and we have to redo it. Sorry for that, BJW. Cough, cough. But anyway, bottom path is pretty stupid. This part here gave me a bit of trouble figuring out. I just end up doing like 2 fully charged shots to kill that guy, then taking a damage boost here and another one here. So you can't really kill the shielded guy because he's well shielded. And if you try to jump and kill him, you end up hitting the spear, and that knocks you down into the pit. And without the second damage boost, the other spear he would have thrown, or he did throw, would have knocked me into the spikes as well, and you can barely not make it to the end with sliding. So that's sad. What was I talking about in the beginning? I don't know anymore. Right, death loop. Well, I'm gonna skip it, I guess. This fight shouldn't be hard. You do the same thing again. You wait for him to shoot, you jump over the flames, and then you jump over him. Annoying is that he can teleport, so it's another boss that's dependent on RNG. I didn't actually count how many teleports he did, but I wasn't confident in surviving his demon form with the amount of hits I took, so I E-tanked. Looking at it now, I probably would have survived the one hit I took, so I could have saved time there again. But as this really long cutscene is playing, I guess I can go back to explaining the death loop. It's pretty simple. If you shoot him, he jumps into the air, does like this big slash across the screen, which you can either jump over easily or slide under. And then he comes back down right in front of you, and you can shoot him again, and he repeats the motion. He repeats the motion. Pretty easy loop. Just as easy as the Luster one. And I managed to explain that before the cutscenes ended. So now the run, you could say, was still okay, but now it gets really bad. Starting right in the beginning, I jump into the spikes. Spoilers. Yeah, I pressed the jump button for like a bit too long, but this very first jump, I don't know why I have trouble with it. It just is really weird to me. To make it up, I get the swag jump, saving some frames, climbing the ladder. Nothing else. I also make a tier first cycle, which is nice. But yeah, that first jump, it gives me more trouble than it should. Because I'm out of E-tanks, I pick up one in this stage, just for safety, because the spider can mess you up pretty hard. So yeah, more safety. I move along pretty well in this stage actually after the death. Up until now. There is a fast way to do this, and I mess it up once and twice. But then I get it third try's the charm, I guess. The visual clue I have is that when the white like shining animation on the blocks appearing before that one, those 2 blocks above me right there, ended, I would need to jump, and then I would be kinda pushed on top of the block I need to be, and then I can just jump, slide jump the rest of it. I mess up the very first shot on the spider, which looked bad, losing a cycle there, and I mess it up again, so that's 12 seconds lost right there. You technically could go for double hits, but you would need to be more precise than uh, then compared to just using, because the rapid fire weapon gives you like more shots, so the chances of you hitting are higher, logically. But I'm too scared to mess up my charge shot, and that's the main damage output. Otherwise I wouldn't have time to charge, have a fully charged shot again, and I would end up doing 1 damage in this round. But doing it like that, without missing a single shot, would end up in a 10 cycle, and just getting 1 double hit would reduce it to a 9 cycle, and then you would need 3 more double hits to make up another cycle. So I don't know if it's really worth it to go for it, because it's pretty hard. I damage boost through this thing, but I don't really know how to get past this one, because yeah, maybe you can hit it out of the air while gravity's flipping, but I'm bad at that. Here I take lots and lots of hits. Another one right here. I take another life, which I honestly shouldn't need, because I have like, what, 3 or something still in reserve. And if I ended up dying that much, I would reset anyway. Yeah, but the thing is, because I took so many hits on the stage, I end up being low health during the devil fight. But I was thinking to try to at least make it to desperation mode before I need an E-tank, because I think I only have 1 in reserve. So yeah, I try to at least survive until desperation mode. But I take so many hits and I end up being 1 HP, and I should just have E-tanked. And if I died then, well, too bad. I miss a shot here, which is stupid. I wasn't counting. That's like 4 cycles that happened already. But the stupid thing is that I kind of forget that he shoots at you as well if he opens his eye. Because you don't really have to bother with that when using his weakness, I think. Oh well, I at least don't bother with it too much. So I end up getting hit by 2 of the shots, and that kills me. And I lost like over a minute, I would say. Was probably over a minute. I get hit again here, but after that, this fight goes much better than the first one. But that is the one single biggest mistake in the entire run. And it was so stupid because I had the E-tank. And if the rest of the fight would went like this, then I wouldn't have to be worried about it. Yeah. So really stupid, and the biggest time saver so far. Just not dying and being bad. Well, and I guess don't miss any shots. There's also a way to go for double hits on this boss, but I think it involves shooting the eye on the very first possible frame you can hit it, which is silly by itself because it can spawn at it spawns at a random height. So you have to kind of get lucky to hit it at all, and then you, after that, you have to get another shot in to make it count, and it's hard. haven't gotten it. But then again, I wasn't trying too hard about it because I was thinking that it wouldn't happen anyway. But just as with the spider, hitting it once reduces the fight by 1 round, and that would save 12 seconds. About 12 seconds. I think one round of Devil is 12 seconds long. If not, then it's like 10. I don't even know. It's a lot of time. But yeah, I managed that without E-tanking again. So stupid that I died there. Anyway, after the boss fight that takes like 2 minutes alone, we end up at the refights, and the refights are just the same as the first fight against the bosses. I choose Trauare first because I'm gonna do my damage strat again, where I just damage boost off the second wave she shoots, and then it's the most logical thing to do that first when you are still at full health. This fight is actually a bit different in that it's not underwater, so you have to do like 2 little jumps over the second wave of Klageharnisch and Trauare herself, instead of doing a big jump. Well, a small jump and a big jump. I don't know what I do here. I wanted to pick an easy boss, and I was thinking Luster. But then I remembered that Zorne is right next to Trauare, and she's pretty easy as well. So I end up turning around and hitting her sprite, and then I get hit by a bomb as well, I think. Right here. So that ended up not doing anything for me. I move on to Sichte next because she's not too hard if you can just not be bad like me. Here it is again with me moving too close to her, and then she just walks into me and does tons of damage. This was also pretty stupid. But here I almost died actually. I E-tank for safety. But you can do the strategy again where you shoot her in mid-air while time is frozen. Anyway, now that that's over, we move on to Schwer. And this Schwer fight actually went way better than the first one. It might be just that it's a flat terrain this time, so it's a bit easier for me. You can slide out of the way of the attacks more easily. Not that it matters, because I don't do it. I jump into her, but that's like the only hit I take during the entire fight. So that was pretty good. And now we are doing Luster. Again, you can loop her, which is pretty annoying, as she makes really annoying sounds while jumping around. I'll just let you enjoy it. Yeah, that was amazing. And Freudia here is next up, hoping for a good pattern. And look at that, she gives me one. Well, I get one snowflake, but it's still a pretty fast fight. And we move to the opposite side of the screen, to Krolla, and I don't even remember how that fight went. Just like the first one, I take hits which I shouldn't take. Well, at least not until she enters desperation mode. Yeah, she jumps a lot, but whatever. It's at the end of the game. At the well, almost end of the game. There's one other stage after that, and that one has way more RNG dependence than this one. This Libea fight actually went as it should have, with her not attacking at all. And what's even nicer is that she's right into my face, so I don't even have to pick up the energy drop. Well, I shouldn't have either way, because I had like 1 damage on me. And the Iris Machine fight is also pretty easy. I don't know why I slide under it here. It costs me chances to shoot it, so that's a bit of time lost. And what's a bit annoying about this is that you have to release your charge shot at the very height of your jump to hit like the red weak spot in front on the front. Alternatively, you can shoot the platform down there to make it move forward, and you can jump on that. But well, it was a pretty good fight. I didn't did I need to eating? I didn't pay attention at all. I didn't pay attention at all. But anyway, last stage. I walk top path here because I don't want to get hit by the mat. I want to enter the fight at full health because I get hit a lot during the Iris fight. Buster only at least. I get the swag jump of the dragon, which is also nice. I get so much swag stuff but mess up the important parts. That's kinda cool. Not. Tell her, Tia, tell her. This boss likes to spawn where you can't hit her at all. As with so many other bosses, you can go for double hits, put another additional damage in, but for that she has to spawn at a height where you can hit her, which she just doesn't do. I probably lose like another minute, maybe even more, just by her spawning at stupid places. I mean, just look at this. And this is at the very end of the run. So I don't know what to think about it. It's the worst part of the category. Like, even with the other stupid stuff you kind of have to put up with, compared to this one, it's like almost nothing. As I said, I get hit a lot, so I have to E-tank here. If you cut out all the E-tanks, you can also save time. But still, she just doesn't like me hitting her. But yeah, you can have... Fight's over. It took me like 3 minutes or something. It's amazing. Anyway, you can have like the best run up until now, get all the tricks, get all the good boss fights, and then Iris comes and destroys all your hopes and dreams. And with that, there's nothing more to say.